Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
Had a lot of people ask me about this one. It has to do with Ring cameras and flock cameras and what happens if those two get together. Stories all over the internet. CNBC ran this story by Eric Rosenbaum. Amazon Ring security cameras moving deeper into law enforcement with flock safety. Amazon's Ring security cameras are moving deeper into law enforcement work in a new deal with flock safety that will allow citizens who own Ring cameras to share footage that can assist in crime investigations, making the video available to law enforcement that use Flock's software. Now, that right there explains everything about the concept. I've heard a lot of people say that what this means is that the police can automatically just get your video footage and do that through Flock off of your Ring camera. And that's not what that says. You'll notice it says that you can assist, and the implication is that they can ask you for it, but we'll get there. Hang on. This is the second recent deal bringing the Amazon Ring security tech into the law enforcement market in new ways, with Ring also announcing a similar effort with Axon Enterprise. Flock is a direct competitor to Axon, and Flock works with an estimated 6,000 communities and 5,000 law enforcement agencies, and sees a long tail for the tech in the public safety sector with an estimated 17,000 cities across the U.S., according to its CEO. Now, the Ring Community Requests feature will be available for use with the Flock operating system and Flock Nova platforms that are contracted by local public safety agencies. That'll allow law enforcement officers to directly request video evidence from Ring cameras, but citizens will make the decision whether to share the video. So they don't just get access to it. They can't just take it. Police requests will go into what is called the Ring Neighbors feed, which pings camera users within an area identified as relevant, and camera owners can then share the video, which is kept in a secure environment and can only be used for the single crime investigation. Full disclosure here, I have a Ring camera, okay? And I will occasionally get notices from the neighborhood, and it'll say things like, "We've lost our dog. Can you please watch for our dog?" Or "This strange dog showed up in our yard today. Does anybody know whose it is?" And I actually, myself, helped somebody reunite with their dog because they went into the Ring system and said, "Our dog got away and is missing." And they posted a photograph of their dog. And I saw their dog the next day, and I contacted them through the system, and they recovered their dog, okay? So there is this community feature already in place. And what they're saying is they're going to make that feature where people can put information into it available to the police, so the police can put in a request and say, "Hey, did anybody see this?" Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, "Steve, this is the first step." Once they get a toehold, it ain't far for them to say, "Okay, we just want access to it." I understand that's the fear. But also you should keep in mind that if something happened in front of your house that was captured on your Ring camera, the police can go get a warrant. So this isn't on its face as bad as people are making it out to be. However, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like it. But keep in mind what they're saying is law enforcement officers will be able to request video from Ring cameras, but citizens will make the decision whether to share it. It'll still be up to you whether you want to share it or not. So the guy in charge of Flock says, "For me, it's clear and obvious we have a crime problem in America. We're focused on businesses and cities, and Ring is definitely a leader in home security. Being able to partner with them will lead to much safer communities and doing it in a way that allows the public to opt in," he said, adding that it was Ring that first reached out to Flock about a potential deal. And so, understand something. If a crime happened directly in front of my camera and my camera caught it, and the police say, "Steve, can we see it?" Yeah, you can see it. Absolutely. However, the police show up one day and go, "Hey, we're just kind of thinking that maybe some bad stuff's happening around here. Can we go fishing through your videos?" No. So the law enforcement technology market and surveillance cameras in particular are by their nature controversial, with concerns about privacy, racial profiling, use of surveillance information for unapproved purposes, and weak security protocols. This is not the first attempt by Ring to more broadly distribute video footage. A previous incarnation of this type of technology, which was Ring Request for Assistance, was shut down in 2024. According to Consumer Reports, that tool is used by at least 2,500 police agencies. Ring has also worked directly with law enforcement in the past to distribute cameras in communities. The guy from Flock said there's a difference between the previous program and the new community request feature. He said that previous one was inside the Ring Data app, and there was no chain of custody. In this case, while the request goes out in the Ring app, any footage shared by users goes into the Flock platform, which is fully secure. He doesn't understand. That's not how we hear that. This is what we do every day for business and municipalities. In addition to public agency work, Flock has contracts with an estimated 1,000 private sector organizations for its technology. Now, Ring does not release precise data on the number of cameras in use. The guy from Flock said it is a major advantage to law enforcement to have this option in crime investigations. And law agencies have been asking for it, given the fact that there can be tens of thousands of Ring cameras in communities across the country. Now, Ring has never officially come out with numbers, but a report from Politico 2 years ago estimated that 10 million Americans have Ring cameras for their homes. Amazon declined to provide data on Ring cameras in circulation or any comment on the recent law enforcement market deals. The guy from Flock says he sees the development as a better option for both the police and the public compared to the current way crime work is conducted. It's about helping law enforcement be more efficient and conduct faster investigations. And for citizens, he said, if there's a shooting in my neighborhood today and police go door to door asking if you have camera footage, it can create an environment where it is hard to say no. This is an environment where people have control. They don't have to participate in any specific request. That level of control didn't exist beforehand. The alternative is a cop shows up at your front door and people feel quite compelled. And now law enforcement has a more efficient way. And we as citizens are able to say, no, we don't want to help for whatever reason. So the guy from Flock is saying that you have the right to say, no, we don't want to help for whatever reason. And so assuming it stays that way isn't, again, like I said, as bad as some people are making it out to be. So again, he goes on to say, the partnership has no direct revenue impact on Flock safety, saying it will be offered for free to every law enforcement customer. If we achieve the mission of helping communities, we'll find ways to make money. We won't monetize this partnership, but we believe it will drive adoption of core products. It'll be turned on for free for every customer, and I think all of them will use it. So he's basically saying it's going to add a lot of value to our business. That's what he's saying. Flock Safety currently supports law enforcement making close to 1 million arrests a year, and this will help that number go up, according to Flock. An exact date for the rollout on the Flock platform is not set, but Flock Safety says it is imminent. Now, it's sure to attract scrutiny. In addition to controversies involving Ring, including an FTC settlement over allegations of bad security, communities across the U.S. continue to debate the use of technology like Flock's, with some contracts being canceled amid public debate, even as the business is growing. So it's one of those things. And I see the argument on both sides. Like I said, these cameras are everywhere now. Everywhere. Flock cameras, Ring cameras, Google Nest cameras, Barn Owl cameras, Vosker camera, everywhere. Cameras everywhere. And it's hard to go any place without appearing on a camera someplace, right? Like, go to the store, you're on a camera. And so I don't like being surveilled all the time, but sometimes you can't avoid it. I don't mind that there's cameras in the bank. Doesn't bother me at all, okay? I think the cameras there make me safer. However, if I'm driving down the street, the fact that there's cameras photographing my car, photographing my license plate, and recording what type of car it is, which way I'm going, and where I'm going, and what time it is, and all that bothers me. That bothers me. My tax dollars have been turned on me to surveil me. That bothers me. But when it comes to the cameras that private individuals have, we should have complete control over them and who uses the stuff, if other than us. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to make a solemn promise to you, because a lot of people right now are upset with me for not just coming out and condemning this 100%. The reason I'm not is what they're saying is that they can ask you through the platform, can we see the footage? They're going to ask. You've got the right to say no for whatever reason. Assuming that stays true, I don't have a problem with it because they could ask otherwise. They can come up and knock on your door. Now, is it possible they'll get more requests because they can do it so easily? Possibly. But a police officer could walk down the street and just go up and knock on every single door. Excuse me, is that a Ring camera? Do you know if it caught anything on Thursday night? Can we see it? And would you rather have the cop on your front porch knocking on your door or get the message that you can just decline and say, no, thank you. Don't want to share it for whatever reason. But my solemn promise to you is, and I'm going to ask my audience to police this for me, to watch this for me. If it ever comes out that this goes even one step further, that is where we, the consumers, lose control of our Ring camera footage, I will, and I own a really big sledgehammer. I own the heaviest sledgehammer money can buy at a Home Depot. I'll tell the story of why I own it if I ever shoot this video. And I shot a video a while back about how to repair a Fitbit, one of those exercise watches when the screen goes bad, because you can't. And I took it out and I smashed it with a rock. And some people thought that was funny, and some people were upset that that wasn't an actual fix. And I said, well, there is no actual fix. That's the point. However, I will remove my Ring camera, and I will place it on the same work surface or similar that I put the Fitbit, and using that big sledgehammer, show you what I think of the idea of my own camera turning on me. So again, what they're promising right now isn't that big of a deal in the sense that they're saying Ring is simply going to cooperate with Flock so the police agencies can ask, can we see your footage? And you have the right to say no for whatever reason. That's what the guy's saying. You can just say no. Understand, they can get a warrant, but the point simply is they can ask. You can say no. If it ever escalates beyond that, please let me know, and I will gladly take down my Ring camera and demonstrate what should be done to it if it has, in fact, turned on its owner, because that's what that would be. So don't get me wrong here. I understand the concern, but what they're saying right now isn't that bad, except that it could be the first step down the long road of Big Brother. So there you go. That's from CNBC. Eric Rosenbaum wrote it. Amazon Ring security cameras moving deeper into law enforcement with Flock Safety and Axon. So questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. I only have two faults, being vague and another.